My name is Schrader, and this is my story. I grew up in Seattle, and I was in my late 20s, and I decided to move to Vancouver, BC. I just got a job as a longshoreman, and I just thought this was a good thing. I was hauling in boats and tying them off and unloading barges and working with the big rigs and the big machines. You know, it was a pretty good job. It was hard work, but the pay was nice. Just bought me a house, had me a dog, you know, and I had me some friends, and we loved to go camping all the time. It was always a tradition. We'd go camping as many times as we can, because up in Vancouver, BC, it's just beautiful. It's just a thicket of forest out there. No one's around for miles, and it's just great, you know. And well, we've always been the kind of campers that we're pretty smart. We've heard enough stories, been around long enough to realize that you need to bring supplies. So we brought everything that day, man. We brought road flares, and packs of clothes, thermal wear, rain gear, tents, extra tent, like just the whole works, you know. Anything to fix a car. We brought guns, anything to just protect us in this crazy wilderness, you know. And well, this particular day we got to the campsite, and we usually drive about 15 miles in to the forest. And the closest town's pretty far away. It's about 35 miles out, you know. And we forget to get food. We brought plenty of beer, plenty of pot, plenty of cigarettes, you know. But we just forgot the fucking food. So we're like, what we're gonna do, because now we realize, all right, we're here. We got probably about an hour and a half left of daylight. We got to set up camp and get ready for the first night. And we're like, well, what do we do? Should we just wait it out, have a few beers, go to sleep, set up camp, call it a day, and then when we wake up in the morning, go back out? And my friends were like, nah, because then we'll have to do that, and then I'll take out time of the day. I want to get right up in the morning, and I want to go out and go hiking and do all this and this and this. So I said, you're right. So I went out and I said, okay, well, me and Jacob will go get the stuff, and you guys stay here. And he said, perfect. I said, set up the tents and everything, and you know, set them up, get the campfire going. We'll be back probably in, like, you know, by dark. We'll have supplies. We'll eat dinner. We'll go to bed, and we'll have fun tomorrow. Fuck it. So we do, and we start driving out, and we get a flat tire. Pow! And we're probably about 20 miles out now. And we get out, we probably have about 40 minutes left of daylight left, you know. And luckily we have a spare tire and everything, so we get out and we jack it up, and it takes about 15-20 minutes. Get there, and we hear rustling all around us. We hear little twigs breaking, and you could just hear it. Maybe it's a squirrel, maybe you just like, what the fuck is that? So you start looking around, and dude, it's like a fucking movie. Me and Jacob looked over, and we're like, and we see these glowing eyes, and it's wolves. And there's one there, and there's one there, and there's one there, and there's one there, and we're like, shit, we're surrounded. We didn't know that they had killed a deer just a couple of feet up above us, and they were gnawing on it. We interrupted that meal, so now they're like, what the fuck you doing? And they could smell us, right? That's probably about, you know, 12, 15 feet away. And so we're like, fuck, hurry up. So we jack it up, get the last screws in. I'm going, hey, get out of here. And I'm doing this, making myself big slapping and stuff. We get in the car, turn it on, boom, 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 and we drive out. And we leave them, and it's fucking scary. Sure enough, of course, we see the corpse just you know, a few feet away. We're like, oh, there it is. They killed the deer. Oh, it's crazy. So we look around, blah, blah, blah. We drive into town, and we get the supplies and stuff. And we didn't have a gun with us at the time, and that was something we noticed. And we go to the shop to get food and everything, and we got the food and everything, and we realized we don't have a gun, and there's a bunch of wolves eating stuff, and they're 15 miles out from the campsite, but I'm just like thinking to myself, like, the guys don't know that. The guys don't know that. I hope nothing will happen. I'm thinking nothing's gonna happen. So we drive back, it's late at night, and it's totally pitch black, and I'm thinking, shit, what if we run across those wolves again? And we just keep forgetting this, you know? All that beer smoking and weed drinking shit we did, you know? We drive off, and I'm thinking, man, keep your eye out for wolves, man. I don't want to hit one, and I don't really want to deal with this, so we drive, and we don't see the corpse anymore, we don't see the wolves anymore, so we keep driving, and we get to camp. And the camp is empty, and there was a fire. We could tell there was a fire there, but it was just red ember. I'm like, fuck. So we start looking through the tents and stuff, and we're calling out the names, you know, Steven, you know, Mark, you know, nothing. And I'm like looking through the tents, nothing there. The campfire's been burning, it went out, and they don't have their rifle with them. The rifle's on them, we're thinking, because the rifle's not at the campsite. And we stayed up all night, calling their names. We went out. We didn't go out too far, because we knew that there were wolves out there. We don't know where. We weren't that scared, but we didn't want to disrespect the wolves in the forest and go be stupid and go out. So I relit the fire, and we just wait. I said, we'll just wait. We'll just sit and wait, because there's nothing we can do right now. We'll just wait. They'll probably show up any minute now. They're probably out just fucking around. And we're thinking, all right, yeah, they only had pot and beer. It's only been an hour and a half or whatever. Like, it can't have been, you know. The next morning, we awake. We stayed up all night, and we get up and we go out looking for them. We're yelling their names, Steven, Mark. And we find them. They've been killed by the wolves. Their throats have been, you know, that was a telltale sign the wolves ate the throats and bit them. You could see bite marks all over them and stuff. And there was Mark with the rifle. We had called the ranger and the cops once we got to town. We covered their bodies, wrapped them up in the tents, and we put rocks on them, and we left them there. We drove into town, brought back the ranger and the cops. They had wrapped them. We told them that, you know, we had to wrap them up. We didn't want anybody to eat them. We didn't want the fucking animals to come back, any animal to come back and eat them and take them away. So yeah.